A 7.2 magnitude earthquake hit Taiwan on Wednesday morning local time, killing at least 9 people and injuring more than 800. The Taiwan Central Weather Administration said that the epicenter of the quake was in the waters off the eastern coastline of the island. The quake knocked out power in several parts of the island. An eyewitness filmed rocks and earth tumbling down the side of Doordarshan Island, which they said happened during the aftershocks to the massive earthquake. Meanwhile, officials in Taipei said that they have not received reports of major damage. The Chinese state media said that it was felt in Fuchao, Xiamen, Guangzhou and Ningwei in China's Fujian province. Locals in Taipei were rattled after the quake. Taiwan's Central Weather Administration said that the aftershocks could be felt in Taipei. More than 25 aftershocks were registered in the region. The tremors caused landslides in eastern mountainous region of Hualien. Taiwan's fire department said that one person is suspected to have been crushed to death by falling rocks in Hualien. The area was the epicenter of the quake. Rescuers raced against time to help people out of a collapsed building in Taiwan's Hualien. The quake was the strongest tremor to hit the island in at least 25 years. A search for the trapped residents is underway as emergency personnel walk through the dark corridors while going door to door and calling out to residents in Hualien. At least 26 buildings have collapsed, more than half in Hualien, and these are the visuals coming live from Taiwan. Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen has asked government agencies to continue to pay close attention to the situation in various places and initiate various contingency efforts.
The National Army will also provide support. The central and local governments will cooperate with each other to minimize the impact of the disaster. At this time, when there are frequent aftershocks, the government must ensure the accuracy of information and provide timely assistance to people in need so that people can feel at ease and safe. We are ready to work together.
Japan has issued an evacuation advisory for the coastal areas of the southern region of Okinawa. It had issued a tsunami warning, which has since been lifted. Japan's weather department said that tsunami waves of up to 3 meters were expected to reach Japan's southwestern coast. The Philippines has listed a tsunami warning that it had issued after the Taiwan quake. Indeed, India's Chris Gilbert is with us now from Tokyo. Chris, has the tsunami threat receded for Japan? Give us the latest.
Yeah, for now, Japan is in the clear, and I say for now because there are forecasts for the next week that there are significant aftershocks still to come. I mean, it was an abrupt start to a Wednesday morning for everyone, especially in the western Okinawan islands, who woke up to sirens and alarms, immediate evacuation orders. Everywhere they look, with potentially waves of up to 3 meters heading for them. That did not eventuate the highest waves that were reported in the western islands of Okinawa were about 30 centimeters. There were some waves recorded in parts of Taiwan that were closer to 70 or 80 centimeters. So about 8 hours ago, the tsunami warning was changed to an advisory and then cleared altogether. However, authorities and officials are urging vigilance that the danger has not passed, especially for those in Taiwan, where the attention has now turned, with the Prime Minister of Japan giving his sympathies to the people of Taiwan and saying that Japan stands ready to assist their neighbor and friend.
Okay, talking of Taiwan, Chris, at least 9 people are now reported to have been killed in the earthquake. What has been the scale of destruction so far?
Yeah, there's a mixture of reports coming in about the destruction. Of course, there are some absolutely dramatic images of, the structural integrity of buildings being knocked out from under them, leaning to one side, fallen, partially collapsed. However, reports suggest that the accessibility to the Hualien region county may be somewhat, under repair already. The early reports were of significant damage to infrastructure, bridges and tunnels. There are a number of people who remain trapped. There are reportedly about 60 people trapped in a tunnel north of Hualien, and there are about 50 people who are reportedly trapped in about 4 minibuses in a national park. They reportedly work in a hotel in that national park, were on their way to work on Wednesday morning when the earthquake struck. So in some ways of looking at it in terms of damage to infrastructure, or officials are saying it may not be as significant as originally feared. However, officials are stressing that they are still learning and assessing the scope of the situation. And these are absolutely the crucial hours for saving lives at the moment, the first 48 hours, and so that is 100% where the focus is, as well as getting aid and assistance to those who need it, and as I say, urging vigilance, because they are expecting earthquakes for the next week, some almost as big in some forecasts potentially as the one that hit 8 a.m. local time in Taiwan on Wednesday, and so that can take already weakened buildings and completely floor them, as we've seen around the world in the past. So vigilance is being urged.
Okay. Chris Gilbert in Tokyo, thank you for those updates.